What about Benavidez and Boo Boo? Who wins?
It's a 50-50 fight.
What about Benavidez and Boo Boo? Who wins?
It's a 50-50 fight.
What about David Benavidez and Boo Boo? Canelo puede, I know that. He said it's a 50-50 fight. Well, we've seen the fight, and we have yet to see Canelo really react to the fight. That's what I want to talk about in this video. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, the clip you seen at the beginning was Canelo before the infamous boogeyman fight, David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. Canelo, he says very clearly in English, Canelo says Benavidez versus Boo Boo is a 50-50 fight. We watched the fight, the first 2 rounds. I guess it looked kind of like a 50-50 fight, but Benavidez never really was hurt at any point in the fight, and he shortly after took off on Andrade. And the first sign of danger, really, like, if I'm being real, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing. If I'm being real, the first sign of danger, Andrade started to wilt and crumble shortly thereafter. Like, it spelled trouble, and I was curious to see the bite down that Andrade had, but it was really the beginning of the end. Round 4, he was doing cool up until he got hit with a big, I think it was a right hand that sent him to the canvas. His legs kind of buckled. And then round 5 was much of the same. And like, it was to the point where in the fight, the referee kept giving every possible warning that you could to a fighter that you got to show me something. Otherwise, this is dangerously close to being stopped. If I don't see more action from your side and less punishment, then I'm gonna have to stop it. Benavidez, he continued and did what he was known for doing and ended up getting the stoppage, and Andrade retired on the stool. There is some questions as to if he quit or not. I told you my opinion from the jump, and that hasn't changed. He quit, to me. And people think I'm taking away credit from Andrade in saying that. I'm just a realist. It's nothing personal. It's always business. It's never nothing personal. I seen what I seen. He was the first to initiate. He looked at his dad with a deflated and defeated look on his face, like he had nothing left. And he said, stop it, stop it. And I think he even said it twice, if I'm not mistaken. And then his corner jumped up and looked to the ref and reiterated his own wishes. So from where I'm from, that is a quit, because you didn't want them to send you back out there. Now, a lot of people are having a hard time like swallowing that. Like, oh, what do you mean he quit? He could have got seriously hurt. I'm not saying he wouldn't have got seriously hurt. Benavidez is a killer. I've liked both fighters for quite some time. I know exactly how Benavidez fights, but we can't all of a sudden play dumb and go against established rules of what a quit is or a quit isn't because we like one of the fighters. That's not something I'm willing to do. On my channel, I have integrity. I don't have to clickbait y'all a bunch with foolish videos and then you click on the video, it don't have nothing to do with the title. I don't have to cape for certain fighters and not tell you the truth. It's just, I came in the game a certain way, and that's how I'm always gonna remain. So a quit is a quit. Valiant effort. He definitely, it needed to be stopped. The only thing that we're questioning is who stopped it and how it stopped. If his team was the first to react and speak and say he can't go back out, that would have been perfectly fine. But anytime it's from the fighter and the cameras are on you rolling, then it is what it is. Benavidez beat him into submission. And it was funny because we had 2 fights on the same card, very ironic, where you had these murderous punchers in Matias, who's just thudding, and Benavidez, who's same thing. He breaks you down. He's bigger. He's stronger. Now, I don't think Matias was bigger than Ergashev, but on the same card, you've seen pretty much 2 quits, which is very rare, that 2 fighters in a 50-50, like going into the fight, people said Matias and Ergashev was 50-50. Going into the fight, you just heard Canelo, he said it was 50-50, and many others thought it was 50-50 as well. So to see how Matias handled his own, especially those fights were very, it's weird that I'm the only one that's really saying this. If you watch both of those fights, they were very analogous to one another. 50-50 fights on paper going into the fight. One person, the pressure cooker, pressure style fighter, the Instapot style fighter, they broke the other person and beat the will out of them halfway through the fight. They're very similar stuff, because Ergashev came out blazing hot in the first 2 rounds. Andrade came out hot. He coming out hot. You know what I mean? And he was giving some good work to Benavidez. But in the end, the pressure cooker, pressure style won. You know what I mean? They stayed as safe as they needed to be, never was really hurt. And then when the fire started coming back to either Ergashev or Andrade, ultimately they crumbled. Now back to Canelo and Benavidez. We all know, it goes without saying, I've been saying it for a while, that's the fight everybody wants to see. I am very curious of Canelo's current thoughts, given the fact that he himself said it was a 50-50 fight, which I have a bone to pick with that, which I'll get to in a second. He says it was a 50-50 fight with Benavidez and Andrade before the fight. Now all of a sudden he's quiet as far as the outcome. He don't want to comment. So to me, that looks better for Benavidez and worse for Canelo. Here's why. For one, the bone I have to pick with Canelo is when Andrade had been pressing him since 54. He called him the B word. He had been chasing him down at 160. He ran up in the offices at the post-fight presser after Billy Joe Saunders, and he said, yo, we should fight. You a good fighter? You a great fighter? And I'm a great fighter. We should fight. And Canelo was like, hey, pay they. Get the and he was like, you're a horrible fighter, horrible. And he kept calling Andrade horrible. And I see a lot of the Canelo man fans, they're now trying to call Andrade horrible because Benavidez beat his will and beat him into submission. No. Because I got to do like Destiny's Child. No. The reason is, a lot of the Canelo fans, they talk ish about Benavidez because he's a threat to Canelo. So don't try to jump on the Benavidez bandwagon now and somehow give Canelo credit because Benavidez stepped up to the plate. He's the one that took the risk and took on a risky style, and he prevailed and came out. Don't try to give Benavidez credit now when you was like, oh, Benavidez is losing his belt on the scale. He's a fat boy. He's a cheeseburger eater, and he's doing coke. And the Canelo fans were saying all that. Now somehow trying to give Canelo credit because he called Andrade a horrible fighter. Difference being, Benavidez didn't call him a horrible fighter, but took on the risk. He was, if anything, Benavidez was like, he's a dangerous fighter and nobody else wants to fight him. So Benavidez handled his like a G because he didn't insult before or after Andrade's skill set. He says he's dangerous and he's been a boogeyman, and then he beat him and beat the will out of him in the fight. That's how you do it. You let the fans speak from the performance. Canelo fronted Andrade off and just said he was a horrible fighter, but he wasn't willing to fight him. That's how that works. But anyway, with Canelo saying that he's a horrible fighter, why is he now switching and saying before the fight that it was 50-50? So you knew Andrade was a good fighter all along. That's why later on, when it had nothing to do with you and they were fighting, the two boogeymen, Andrade and Benavidez, then you finally kept it real and said it was a 50-50 fight. So we knew Canelo was Canelo Alvarez, and he didn't really truly believe Andrade was so terrible. Andrade possesses a tricky style, southpaw style. It just so happens Benavidez had the Da Vinci Code, and he had the answer to that problematic style. His size, his reach, his relentlessness, his chin, all that put together, he was able to decode the actual fight. I hate when fighters have a great performance and other people are celebrated or almost credit is taken away. Like Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence. Errol Spence is not a bad fighter because not everyone was going to do that to him. It was Crawford that did that. Same thing with Benavidez. Everyone wouldn't have did that to Andrade. If Andrade would have fought X, Y, and Z, the fight wouldn't have looked like that. So we can't now say, oh, Andrade's a horrible fighter. Oh, Errol's a horrible fighter. No, give credit to the winner. Now, the pressure amounts for Canelo. I'm gonna be making several videos. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.